What's up, everybody? Today is Friday, April 1st, 2022. It's the kickoff of Wrestlemania Weekend here in Dallas, and the first event starts tonight at the American Airlines Center, Smackdown and the Hall of Fame ceremony. So why am I here at the American Airlines Center a good 4 hours before the show starts? Well, I have had an interesting life and met some cool people, and I'm actually going to get to go inside for the pyro demo for Smackdown tonight. It's kind of like the sound check for pyro. So I'm going to get a good look at the set and the arena and the pyro and everything before the show even starts, and hopefully they'll let me take some pictures and videos. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but at minimum I'm going to describe to you guys everything that I see if I don't get videos. So this is a really nice treat, and I'm pretty excited about it. So let's go into the American Airlines Center. Oh my gosh, that was freaking cool. I could not really get pictures of video for obvious reasons. They want to keep things on lockdown, but here's what I saw. We walk in, obviously the arena is set up for Smackdown, so the Smackdown stage, the ring, everything is up there with an elevated stage, because tonight is also the Hall of Fame ceremony. So rather than the normal low stage, you have the high carpeted stage. It's very interesting from a production standpoint, because even though a wrestling show is predetermined and there's a list of stuff that's going to happen, a lot of it is improv. You never know, somebody may get hurt, Vince or the producers may change their mind on something. So the pyro guy was telling us that they basically gave the spec sheet for, like, here's what we have, here's all the product we have, here's how much of it there is, and here's where it is throughout the, you know, the stage and the set. And they pretty much set up and load everything, every show. But then that brings me to the next cool thing, the script. It's like a set list. I got to do this with Rammstein a while back, and they gave us the set list, and, you know, here's what happens when. Now with a concert production like that, they're doing the same thing every night, but wrestling is constantly changing with matches and who does what and that sort of thing. So like I said, it's just super impressive that they set up everything every night so that they're ready for whatever happens, even though they know that they're probably not going to use all of it. By the time you see this video, it will be out, so it won't be surprise. But right now it is about 5 o'clock, so we're a couple hours from showtime. But I know what's going to happen. I've seen it. I know the game plan. That's a pretty cool feeling to have, I'm not going to lie. But by far, the most impressive, cool thing to me was walking into the arena. We came in through, we came in through the backstage employee entry. So I walked into the floor, and you saw the camera crew set up. You saw all that stuff set up. In the ring, there was every single WWE superstar on the Smackdown brand, and I think maybe some that weren't. I'm honest, I'm not that hip, so I'm not sure who belongs to what. But in the ring, Rousey and Charlotte Flair were blocking through a match, kind of in slow motion. They were rehearsing, and I know that I saw Damian Priest, I saw Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, Rick Boogs, Kofi Kingston, Sasha Banks, Michael Cole, our announcer, I saw him walking around. And man, there was a bunch of others, but it's basically like walking into a room with like every WWE superstar. Yes, as a WWE fan, this stuff is cool to see, but from a stagehand technical standpoint, it's just insane that this production goes on 52 weeks a year without stopping. Talking with the guy on their pyro crew that was helping us out, he was telling me that their typical schedule was that they would fly out, I think he said fly out Thursday, you have a show Friday night, and then fly home Saturday, and then fly out Sunday for the Monday night show, then fly home Tuesday, and you have Wednesday off. And for their crew, that's kind of their schedule. And even though there's two brands, SmackDown and Raw, pyro crew and I think TV crew stay with the production. So like for those guys, it doesn't matter what the brand is, they're on every single show. So it's just rigorous travel schedule. But seriously, hats off to the crew to just do that never ending. And he said, he goes, that's how it is until you die or you quit. That's just what you do. he'd already told us that they load everything, because even though they have an idea what they're going to shoot, they always have to be ready because stuff changes on the fly. And we asked him how much, you know, change there really is, and he said there's a lot of instances where a performer won't hit their mark or won't be where they're supposed to, so they can't shoot the pyro they're supposed to shoot just because the performer would be in the way. The guy that he said misses his mark most and does not get all of his pyro is AJ Styles. Apparently he's got a bad habit of not going far enough downstage, so he doesn't always get all of his pyro. Whoopsie. Yeah, very awesome opportunity. Glad I got to do it. Sorry I don't have more footage and pictures, but again, they're really protective of that because it's going to be live TV and there is a plan and we don't want to ruin the surprise, that sort of thing. So I understand not being able to get a lot of footage, but I'm grateful for the experience. I hope you guys didn't mind listening to me ramble about it, and I could kind of, you know, get a picture of what I saw in there. So that's very cool. But when we get inside a little bit later for the actual Smackdown show, I will point out some stuff from my seat and show you where some of these things are. Anyway, let's do it. Friday Night Smackdown, April 1st, WrestleMania edition. All right, here we are. Tonight I'm up high, tomorrow night I'm down low, but here's a look at Smackdown. Doors are open, nothing started yet. But the pyro crew is right down in that corner over there. And right here closer, you see that one large TV camera, production camera. Those are your TV, that's your hard cam right there. And right in front of them, all the computer monitors, that's your front of house, lighting, sound, video, all those guys. And there's the ring. And what you'll ultimately see on TV, all the people in those sections are the background on the TV show. More stuff I learned from pyro. You've got all the truss all over the stage, just full of stuff all over. There's air bursts over the stage you can't really see right now. Up and down both sides, flamethrowers, and a lot of other stuff. Down there on the floor you've got laser projectors. In front of the stage you can see the boom cam for a lot of the entrances. And then above the ring, in that truss, there are air bursts, hanging air bursts that explode for some of the performers. All right, we're a couple minutes from showtime, and you see the camera crew is taking their places in the ring. So the guys that shoot the action up close on TV, they're down there ready. This is my first live wrestling event ever. I've gone from watching no wrestling in person to 4 nights of it in a row. So here we go.
This event may be recorded for future use. Your admission to this event constitutes your agreement to be recorded in connection with this event, and your agreement that your name, voice, and likeness may be used in connection with any program or material created for this event without any compensation being paid to you. In addition, in the interest of safety, especially with our young fans in mind, we ask that you please refrain from throwing anything whatsoever toward the ring. If you are caught doing so, you will be ejected and subject to arrest. Please be considerate of our superstars and your fellow fans.
Welcome to Friday Night Smackdown! Before we get started with that, we've got an incredible match to kick off your evening. So, let's get it started with your opening contest! What a time to be alive, Dallas, Texas! You know, if you were to tell a young, sheltered Aaliyah that I would be the first match on Wrestlemania Weekend, I would have never believed you. This weekend symbolizes hard work and never giving up. So come on down, Zia Lee, and get this Texas side welcoming. Zia Lee.
Okay, I stepped out for a minute to grab another beer before the live TV taping starts, but that is a dark match that they're basically a warm-up match before the actual live TV show starts. Now, having never seen this in person, I'll tell you the weirdest thing to me right off the bat is that, one, there's no commentary. The very excited announcers you hear on TV that really help sell the illusion of seriousness and pain and everything else that they do in WWE, you don't hear them. That's just for TV. Number two, it's a well-known fact that there are mics and stuff like under the ring, and so those are on in the house PA. So when they're banging around and hitting the mat, you could hear that very loudly, even up high where we are, but that's all you hear. So it's kind of a weird dynamic. Yeah, when you're used to watching this on TV with the screaming announcers, it is awkwardly silent. But when the audience reacts, it's like you can feel the level of that in surround sound and hear it and feel it. They're showing a video package right now, and they have wheeled something out onto the main stage. I don't know what. It's probably some kind of pyro.
Introducing first, weighing in at 207 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion!
That's interesting. They just went to a commercial and they changed the mat on the ring, and they played a couple of real-life commercials here in the arena on the Jumbotron. And then all of a sudden Ricochet's music started back up when the camera started rolling to make it look like nothing changed.
Cody Rhodes means greatness.
Talk your talk, hello.
I could watch that all day. And dare I say, the masterpiece that I have created, causing Ronda Rousey immense pain, is more beautiful, more dramatic, more poetic than Oscar winner Coda.
All right, had to step outside to take a pee break. Right now they're just rolling a video segment of Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and hyping up that fight more. I gotta say, this is my first live event, as I mentioned, and the most interesting thing so far is that when you watch this on TV, you've got the commentators, and they talk nonstop. It's like this, there always has to be talking. I'm talking. Oh my gosh, look at that, look what happened. Oh my gosh, there can't be any dead air. Oh, look at this, so-and-so. Blah, 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 body slam, choke slam, yada, 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 wow, 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 wow. And it never stops, and it's just coming from the little speaker on your TV. But here, live in person, you don't get that. There is no commentary, so you get the big dramatic entrance and the music and pyro, if there is any, and lighting and video screen package and whatever it is. Blah, 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 big wrestler. The following match is scheduled for one fall, blah, blah, blah. And then the bell rings, and then it goes quiet, and all you hear is the ring match noises. Doom, thud, wow, and occasional woo, woo, boo from the audience. Now that's different though, because it's not coming from the little speaker in your TV, it's all around you. So when there's a big applause or a big boo, you feel it, you feel the energy of 10,000 or more people all over the arena yelling at you. So it's such a different dynamic than watching it at home on TV, because not to say that there isn't any action, but that it feels completely different compared to watching it on TV, where TV is like forced high energy all the time. And here, especially if you're sitting high up far away, kind of like I am right now, it's not the same. And again, it's not bad, it's just rapidly different, radically different. That's the right word, whatever. Beer break, it's all good, you know what I mean.
We get it, you want the Andre, man.
Was it water in those? Oh, okay. Oh, that was some type of liquid.
holidays, tonight is my favorite night of the year. Because we as fans and performers have the opportunity to say thank you to all this year's inductees into the Hall of Fame.
All right, night number 1 is down. The Undertaker talked for over an hour, but it was a joy to listen to him. Like, in all sincerity, that man has all my complete respect. Very, very cool. Tomorrow night, WrestleMania Night 1, Jerry World, here we come. Holy shit, we made it. It's day 1, night 1 of WrestleMania at Jerry World. So I used to work next door to Jerry World across the street, and I've never come here for like a big sporting event ever on purpose. So this is insane. There's so many people. I don't have anything else to say. Let's fucking get inside. It's hot out here. Out here in the courtyard, we got our stage for pre-show. Some kind of TV setup. I'm assuming Peacock, WWE Network pre-shows. Holy crap. Look at that. We're descending into the bowels of Jerry World, which apparently you have to do to go on the floor. Which makes sense, because I guess you can't get on the floor during like a football game. So there may not be like a normal access for the floor. He's got a cooler camera than I do. This is great, yeah. Like, we just went through a wall of cops and stuff. It really feels like we're not supposed to be here. We're walking through dressing rooms and locker rooms like we are in the bowels of the stadium. How cool is this? Roof is closed, and there it is. Oh my gosh. This is insane. These are our seats. All right, we're down here on the floor. That's section E. That's our section. We're right up back that way. I can't see my own hand, but anyway, it's behind me. And Aaron's here, and the stage is there, and the ring is over there, and the security guard wondering why I'm filming myself is right here. She's cool. No, this is really cool, high energy. Right now the show hasn't started. They've got a DJ in a very random spot in the middle of the house, just off the floor, and so he's DJing music, and yeah, the place is just kind of slowly starting to fill up, but we are right up on that ramp, so it's going to be really interesting. Is it an hour? 1 hour to showtime. If you're watching it live on TV, I promise you're being more entertained than we are right now. Here's some of our frontline pyro. There's Fogger Hazer. Right behind it, there's a mine board. Down there is another mine board. And it looks like all these black boxes are some kind of flame projectors, if I had to guess. And then they're probably going to wheel out a bunch of stuff, depending on what part of the show. Bring it out, shoot it, and then take it away. Because for 2 nights and how big WrestleMania normally goes, this doesn't look like a lot, but it's cool to be able to see it this close. Okay, this is fascinating. We're on this side of the floor, where when we're looking, the ring is to our right, the stage is to our left. Right behind me front of house, all the lighting, sound control, as well as all the cameras, the main camera angle you watch from on TV. Something that I noticed, if you watch enough of this on TV, you never see this side of the house very much. It's all the far side. And now that I'm here in person, what I've noticed is that right here behind us, there's a huge wide open area. The aisle's wide enough to get a vehicle down for an emergency or whatever. And we're 30 minutes to showtime, and the seats on this side are nowhere near as full as the seats on the other side. We walked around to the other side, which is the on-camera side of the arena, and the aisleway is much narrower, and there are far more people over there packed in. So this side you don't really see on TV, and my theory is that most of these seats down front on this side are reserved for like friends and family of the talent and stuff like that. And sometimes you see that like after big championship matches, but you never see it in regular shots. And just standing down here looking at the density of the crowd, it's very noticeable. Right now, the section of seats right in front of me, this same section of seats on that side is completely full of people already. So it's interesting. All right, here's our view for WrestleMania 38. We are right here on the floor next to the ramp. If any of this Cowboy Star Trust falls, we die. But every entrance, every camera crew, every surprise, every whatever, we are right here. And there's the collectible chair. Can ship these home. I did not get one. You have to pay extra for it, and I'm not willing to pay extra for it. Get a look at the ring before night one. Nothing's going on. Everybody's just hanging out, playing music, and other guys like me who have floor seats but not front row are coming down here to take pictures. It's still crazy to me that we're this close to an event this big. I've never even been to an event this big. This is like the Super Bowl, and televised on live TV like the Super Bowl, which I've never been to anything like this. Crazy. All right, camera crew's in position. It's almost 6:30, show's about to start, and we are right here. Also, I'll point out, that's all live pyro. Those racks will be set up on the ramp for sure. They're not gonna fire down in the pit like this, but I can see there's live pyro product in it. A little blue tape on top. That's a gerb or something. It's almost time. These speakers are monitors for the talent up on the ramp, and they just now came on. So not only are we super close, but it is super loud. And we're about a minute away from start time, they tell us. And the WrestleMania, like, all of that has gone dark. The logo, the video wall went out. And they're setting up some musical fellas to kick us off.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to perform America the Beautiful. He has several #1 hits and albums to his name and sold-out shows globally. Please welcome multi-platinum selling country rocker and Georgia native, Bradley Gilbert!
The real unsung heroes, the crew that you don't see on TV. They're right here in front of 100,000 people, but you never see them on the TV, and they make shit happen. Even if it's just moving cables out of the way so no one trips and busts their ass. Oh, and I smell the pyro smoke. It smells so good. Right now they're playing a video package that I'm sure is going to be 5 or 10 minutes. You're probably watching it at home on TV, the exact same thing, maybe on a small delay.
If they can find it.
And here's our ramp Steadicam guy ready for his cue.
Even more exclusive. Let's look at the ones who have been able to... Wrestlemania.
It is raining debris on us. I feel cardboard raining down on my eyes. I saw Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders backstage. So now we've sat down, second match is happening, it's Happy Corbin and Drew McIntyre, and it's weird because all we can see is on the tiny little screens up there, and it's really quiet, like it's so quiet. The entrances are grand and we're so close to the pyro and there's speakers and it's loud and exciting, but there's no commentary. So other than when people kind of start cheering like you can hear in the background, it's pretty dull when the matches happen, and then when the match is over, the whole place blows up, and then we look back at the next, you know, who's coming out next. You guys saw that, right? It's that Stephanie McMahon on the big screen.
I just wanted to come out here and take the opportunity to say thank you. I am always blown away by the majesty of Wrestlemania. The power of all of us coming together from different countries, different states, different backgrounds to celebrate this one thing that we all love. We say then, now, forever together for a reason. And now it is my honor to introduce one of the key members of the next generation of WWE superstars.
We're showing videos right now. This is what happens. It goes dark and it's boring and nothing is happening, and we're watching the same video you're watching at home on TV. And we know the video package is going to last a couple more minutes when the camera crew on the ramp has time to check their text messages. When they're taking a breather, we know nothing's going to happen. Just put pyro all up and down the ramp for an entrance, and we're about 3 feet from it, so never seen that before. I'm surprised Arlington signed off on it, but whatever. I mean, I'm not worried, I feel safe, but holy shit, we're close to the pyro.
Must be devastating.
All right, we're getting our Seth Rollins video package. We're gonna find out who his mystery opponent is. We're sitting through another video package, but they're rolling out red carpet on the stage, so we got our Hall of Fame coming up next, it looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WWE Hall of Fame Class of 2022!
How do you get that jump? I guess you gotta have a good arm. You gotta be able to pitch. Well, that was badass, and while we're waiting for it to clear out, they just shot a shitload of pyro off the roof that we couldn't see it, but we could hear it. We're gonna go home and watch it later. But yeah, night one of WrestleMania, holy shit. And my hat's off to the crew. You guys are badass. Woo! All right, it's day two. We're back for night two rather, of WrestleMania. And I'm excited about the show, but I'm not excited about my seats. I don't have bad seats, but we're just not down up close and personal like we were last night. But I'm actually kind of looking forward to that because I'm tired and I can sit and actually watch the show. And wife is here tonight.
I'm excited.
We happened upon the pre-show.
A friendship
Booker T,
and a
Jerry
career
Lawler,
that has spanned over 20 years.
I'm not sure
of an NCAA Division I heavyweight champion. Of a UFC heavyweight champion. Of a WWE heavyweight champion. Of a Universal heavyweight champion.
And here's our seats for night number two. We're in the 200 level. Not so close as last night, but not bad at all. I mean, we got a great view of the ring. And I will say, we can see the Jerrytron. We can actually watch the match on the big screen if we need to. Last night, it was actually hard to see the ring when everybody sat down. And the only screens we could see from the floor were 4 really tiny ones, like that one right there, behind the 4 large ones hanging in the center of the ring. So this is quite a different experience, but kind of relaxing. From up here, I can show you what I was talking about last night, about the way the seating is. If you look on the far side of the ring, you see how full the floor is. We're about 10 minutes from showtime, and that's pretty filled in with people. And as you get over to this side where the cameras are, you look at the floor, there's not nearly as many people seated there. And right here, that's your tech, your front of house, your cameras. You never see that on TV because they shoot the other direction. The guys down by the ring, they never point their cameras back this direction so you see any of this stuff. And you can't tell from here, but directly in front of that booth where people are walking, that's a wide enough walkway that a full-size vehicle could get through there. You can kind of see right there in the center of the screen how wide open that is. And that continues straight back right there down the side of the stage, down that tunnel to backstage. And so immediate emergency vehicle access and for staff and technicians to go from backstage to front of house very easily, as well as what we noticed last night, VIP people. Because there's a lot of people on this front stage, front section by the stage wearing diamond gowns and tuxedos and shit that I guess are friends and family and like company guests. But I have never seen at any WWE show this section of seats directly between front of house and the stage for sale. So I'm pretty convinced that that whole block of seats is company seats for like special giveaways or friends, family of the company, that sort of thing. I just thought it was fascinating. And this wide vehicle aisle I pointed out does not exist on the far side. Again, from this angle you can't tell, but over there, that wide walkway doesn't exist. It's just like regular rows between the seats on the far side. All right, it's about 10 minutes till 7. The pre-show DJ stops. The video screens just went to logos and absolutely nothing is happening. It's dead air, they're stalling. Like, there's a stadium full of people with not a damn thing happening. The natives are getting restless. The wave is trying to take hold, and it's getting there. Hey, here it comes. Can you see it? Here it comes. Oh, oh, oh. It's gonna happen. Hey! Now I get my sticker. I did my part. The Miz is about to watch the Austin Theory McAfee match from right behind us in the broadcast booth. Mike the Miz. Oh my gosh, Miz is loving this. No wonder he wanted to come out and watch it. He knew what was going down. This was one of the best WrestleMania surprises ever. Oh my gosh. All right, wow, holy crap. Okay, so obviously I didn't have a lot of footage because we were not in exciting seats, but it was an exciting show. Vince McMahon surprised, then Stone Cold coming back was a big surprise on top of that. Didn't see it coming, loved it. Set the stage perfect for Brock and Roman. Okay, this ought to be a killer match. And it wasn't, it sucked. It was only 12 minutes, nothing exciting happened, and then it ended. And now I'm headed to the truck to eat snacks and wait to get out of this hellacious traffic. Because it is hellacious, 77,000 people. Anyway, we'll be at Raw tomorrow night. Monday Night Raw, American Airlines Center, here we come. Night number 4, we're back at the American Airlines Center for Monday Night Raw, the WrestleMania Fallout. I did notice when we came in tonight, they're getting stricter on like video and stuff, so it's probably not gonna be a lot of video. I'm gonna take a lot of still pictures though, and we'll just see how tonight unfolds. So yeah, this is night number 4. Here's a look at our seats tonight. Pretty good seats. And they've got this big box on stage. Looks like it could maybe be another Edge's new entrance, like we saw at Mania last night. I don't know. But like I said, they are really cracking down on video during the show, so I probably will not be videoing any of this show, but I will get some still pictures and we'll go from there. Right now I'm being blinded by 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, 5 lights. So yeah, like I said the other night, they light up the audience for TV, and sometimes it's worse than others. At the core of it, this is a TV show. They're letting us watch them record their TV show. And I'll go into more detail on that later at the end, but that's been my experience this weekend. Did y'all hear that? I hit the record button right when a cheer started. Something else production-wise I was going to point out was, of the 4 nights, this is the first and only one where we are on the TV audience side of the arena, and I talked about that last night, or the other night, Saturday night, in my video at Mania. But tonight at Raw, we're on the TV side, and directly across you see the red light and the dark space of seats. Like, that's your hard TV camera. So everybody watching at home, that's the camera that is recording the majority of the action. When they turn and do their speeches and whatever, that's where they're looking. And there's the ring from the TV side. Obviously over there is the announcer table. There's the ring. I showed you guys camera stuff, that kind of setup. Much smaller than it was at AT&T Stadium, but that whole front row where those guys are, like, there's your front of house for lighting, sound, all that. And as you pan over, I know pyro is off that corner of the stage right over there. And of course there's the stage. And this weekend they've had this raised carpeted stage, which you don't normally see on SmackDown and Raw, but I believe it was primarily for the Hall of Fame ceremony the other night. But the entire rig is the same for the whole weekend, so it doesn't make sense to like tear it down. And all of your branding is done with the video screens and the colored LED color lights. So red for tonight, blue for SmackDown, NXT colors, etc. Sasha Banks and Naomi just entered. We're in commercial. They're standing in a dark ring, and while video rolls, they're taking the platform off stage for Cody Rhodes.
Official merchandise on your phone and pick it up here tonight in the arena with the WWE Event Shop.
This is filler. We're not back from commercial yet, but the stage isn't ready yet, so I think we're kind of stalling for time at the moment.
Tonight, use your phone, scan the QR code on the screen, or visit eventshop.wwe.com to order now. Pickups located on the concourse outside sections 113 and 114.
Now Liv and Rhea and Sasha and Naomi are all in the ring, and we're holding again. They're showing photos from WrestleMania, and I guess we're waiting to come out of commercial for the live broadcast, and then the match will resume. And if you're watching on TV, it'll be one fluid shot like nothing ever happened. Okay, we just got home from Monday Night Raw, and that was the 4th night in a row that I have watched a WWE wrestling event. And I gotta say, I had a great time. This was my first time ever seeing any live wrestling, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and it has been a crazy weekend. Case in point, I am shooting right now by flashlight. I'm completely illuminated by flashlight because it is storming. It is storming really hard here in Dallas, like it does this time of year, every year. And as soon as we got home, less than 5 minutes later, the power went out. So I was coming back here to shoot this little outro and just went dark. So you're getting it by candle and flashlight, so bear with me. They did a dark match at the end. Kevin Owens came out right before the last televised match and said he was going to fight Cody Rhodes. And then after the show ended, the cameras stopped and Kevin came out and Cody, and they had a good little match. It was a quick match, nothing too crazy, maybe 10 minutes at the most. But as soon as the cameras and the broadcast stopped, like you could feel a shift in the room. Like there was a noticeable mood change, I think, for both the performers and for the audience. We're going to take our time. We're going to have some fun. This is for us. We're not putting on a show for the world. And it just really felt nice. And then to top it all off, after the match ended, of course, Cody won. No mystery there. Cody won that. But as soon as the match ended, Cody took the mic and he just really like heartfelt, thanked the audience, talked to the audience, said, you know, his heart is in wrestling. He loves it. The decision to come to WWE was not hard. No matter what we hear about him, he loves professional wrestling. He's happy to be back. And it's just, you know, we heard from Cody Rhodes, the person. There was no character there. It was very heartfelt. It was very, very cool. But it was really great. And then to wind that down, he said he was going to hang out down by the ring until security threw him out. And sure enough, you know, people mobbed him and he was taking pictures and signing autographs and doing all that stuff. Totally great guy. Totally great guy. But it really made the night from a new wrestling fan that I am. It was really great to see that. It felt like every single night, all 4 nights, you were kind of just watching them shoot their TV show. And at the core of it, that's what it is. They have a popular TV show, an ongoing, you know, sort of soap opera story that never really ends. It just keeps going and new characters come and go. And then you have staples that last a long time. But I mean, there is a definite feel, you know, that they are performing for the camera. And so they're running the live feed in the arena on the Jumbotrons. So you can look and see the live action. You look at the TV, you look at that. But you go home and you watch it, and then you're limited to only what the cameras want you to see, as well as, you know, the commentary and commercials come when they come. Speaking of commercials, when it's a live TV event like this, when they go to commercial on air, it goes to commercial in the arena for the most part. If they don't play commercials in the arena, they play video files like filler type stuff. Tonight at Raw, we had like kiss cam type action in the arena. And it was just very weird because it would be like right in the middle of action or something happening, and then it would just kind of pause for a minute. The ring would go dark and they would distract you with like stuff on all the video screens. And then as soon as commercial was over, like the ring would light back up and things would go to normal. If a character just made an entrance and their lights and their music was going, all that would go dark and go to the video screen. You'd have to wait through whatever, and then all their lights and music just started right back up when the camera started right back up. So you really don't miss a lot watching it at home. In fact, I mean, again, it's engineered. It's engineered to be a TV show first and foremost. So not saying that it's not a good live event, but it definitely has the feel of being a TV show that you get to watch them make it while you're there. So that was just fascinating to me. Overall, I had a good time. If any big events like Raw or pay-per-views, if any big pay-per-views, certainly if WrestleMania comes back, I think I'll make an effort to be there and get the good seats. Oh man, tonight we had pretty decent seats. We were in the lower 100 section. Of course, you saw earlier in the video where I was Saturday night. That's the way to go. The other 2 nights were fun, but nowhere near as fun because I was a lot higher up. So I will be going back. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all soon.